call the Plan Commission meeting to order for August 15th, 2024. We'll start with roll call, please.
Mr. Cox?
Here.
Mr. Crumpton?
Here.
Mr. Kella?
Here.
Mr. Orlando?
Here.
Mr. Perez? Ms. Radakovich?
Here.
Ms. Rohr?
Here.
Mr. Rusinellos? Chairman Dillon?
Here. Next, are any questions on the previous minutes? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve them, please?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Crumpton?
Aye.
Mr. Kella?
Aye.
Mr. Orlando?
Aye.
Ms. Radakovich?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Chairman Dillon?
Aye. What do you got for us, Jim?
Next would be citizens to be heard on agenda items. Anybody wanting to speak on an agenda item can do so now, but no, at this commission, we do allow you to speak when the case is called, but anybody wanting to speak now can do so. Seeing none, we can move on to old business public hearing. We have none under old business. We have none under new business public hearing. We have PUD 624. That is the re-subdivisions of Lot 2, 3, and 4 in Unit 2 of the Boulevard Plan Unit Development Subdivision. Under general information, the applicant is Thomas Williams. He's the owner's representative. Status of the applicant, again, is developer's owner rep. Requested action is approval of a preliminary plan unit development. Purpose is to create a 10-lot mixed-use subdivision. Existing zoning is B3 general business. The location is the northwest area of I-55 and Route 30. Size is 12 plus acres. Existing land use is undeveloped. Surrounding land use and zoning to the north is undeveloped commercial, and this is Village of Plainfield B3 Highway Business District. To the south is commercial with County B2 local commercial. To the east is I-55 B3 General Business District. West is undeveloped commercial. Village of Plainfield B3 Highway Business District. Under site history, subject property lies within the Boulevard Plan Unit Development, which is an ongoing mixed-use subdivision that is regulated by an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Joliet and the Village of Plainfield. The agreement was finalized in 1990, was most recently amended in 2020. The subject property contains approximately 12 acres. Within Unit 2 of the development, the Olive Garden restaurant was built upon Lot 6 in the proposed re-subdivision in 2023. Remaining land is proposed to be subdivided to allow future commercial and restaurant uses within the Joliet side of the development. Under special information, the petitioner seeks approval of a preliminary plat of re-subdivision, lots 2, 3, and 4 in Unit 2 of the Boulevard Plan Unit Development Subdivision. The applicant has also submitted for a recording plat, which will be put before the City Council at a future meeting. As proposed, re-subdivision would create 10 lots within the existing framework of lots 2, 3, and 4. Access to all proposed lots would stem off of Boulevard Place. Several cross-access easements are shown on the plat to allow for internal navigation between the various proposed lots. Future development within the subject property will be required to comply with the subdivision's design guidelines, and those were attached, which establish certain criteria in order to create a uniform development within both municipalities. This includes permitted land uses, performance standards, and plans and criteria for signage, parking and loading, landscaping, screening, building architecture, and open space common areas. Stormwater detention facilities were constructed when the subdivision was last platted in 2019. Future development will be required to connect to the Village of Plainfield water and sanitary sewer infrastructure. Boulevard Place has already been built to a collector street standard and contains curbing and sidewalks on both sides of the street. Public improvements to the internal roadway access throughout the proposed lots 2 through 5 and lots 6 through 10 will also be required. And that concludes our staff report.
Thank you, Jim. Do we have a petitioner on hand by chance? Step up to the mic, please. Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name, please.
Thomas Williams. I'm a representative for the owner of the project 5530 Acquisition LLC.
Is there anything you wish to add to any of this?
No, just thank you to Mr. Torrey for running through the summary of what we're trying to do, and we appreciate your time today to have this property subdivided.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from any of the commissioners?
Yeah, I have. Excuse me, sir. I was wondering, is the dividing line between Joliet and Plainfield, is that considered the Boulevard Place? Is that considered a dividing line?
No,
Or am I
sir,
wrong?
there is a, on the plat, maybe there's a dotted line that shows it, the dividing line, I'm not sure how to best show it, but
Is,
Yeah.
Joliet portion of the project does include Lot 2, which is on the left side of the Boulevard Place. And then there's, the property line goes across, heading east and jots up a little bit, and then heads east and covers all the other lots that are kind of shaded, the boundary are shaded.
okay. All right. And another thing I was going to ask you, the storm detention, is that going to be east of the Olive Garden, the storm detention, or am I wrong on that?
Well, there is detention that is
Because
wet.
it's kind of swampy there already, I've noticed.
For the project, for the Olive Garden and the outlots that are to the right, there is detention that is behind the Costco.
Behind Costco.
And then the detention that is, the detention that you see right off of Route 30 and the I-55 off-ramp, that is actually owned by IDOT. So that's IDOT's detention.
Oh, it
So we
is?
do not go into that, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's, we approach IDOT every 3 to 6 months and ask them if we can cut grass and trim the trees, and they let us do
Gotcha.
that every 6 months.
Okay. And what's going to be for the future of lots? There's 10 lots for mixed-use development. Is there, what's that going to entail?
We do have a lot of interest right now from restaurants and retailers and a grocery store, but we're not at a point where we could publicly say their names, because we would,
Okay.
I personally would be violating NDA.
Yeah, I understand.
But we do have a lot of interest from tenants currently.
Okay. Okay, and I think I got one more question. Oh, yeah. What is the future development of Phase 3? I've noticed on there that that's already, it's all clay there right now?
Yeah, so in that northern part, is that what you're referring to, is just north of the Boulevard Place Road?
Correct.
That, right now, we have planned for a kind of a junior box building, which would be approximately 70,000 square feet. And we do have tenants that are interested in that, but not to a point where we could start spending money on architecture and engineering to submit to get the approvals yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the info. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Is there anybody in the public who wishes to speak for or against it? Seeing none, do I can I have a motion for PUD 6-24?
Move to approve.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Kella?
Aye.
Mr. Orlando?
Aye.
Ms. Radakovich?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Mr. Crumpton?
Aye.
Chairman Dillon?
Aye.
So if this stays on schedule, this will go with Plan Commission's recommendation for approval to the September 16th, 17th City Council meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next would be case A524, the annexation of 2800 Mound Road, classification to I-2 General Industrial Zoning District, and approval of an annexation agreement. Under general information, the applicant is Go West LLC. The owner is Go West Family Investments LLC. Requested action is approval of an annexation of approximately 9.4 acres, classification to I-2 General Industrial Zoning, approval of an annexation agreement. Purpose is to allow development of a contractor's yard with underground mining. Existing zoning is County A1 agricultural. Location again is 2800 Mound Road. Size of the parcel for the total of all parcels is 9.4 acres. Existing land use is undeveloped woodlands. Surrounding land use and zoning to the north is industrial, I-2 general industrial. To the south is railroad undeveloped, county I-3 intensive industrial. To the east is quarry and industrial, county I-3 intensive industrial. To the west is woodlands and industrial, I-2 general industrial zoning. Under site history, the subject properties have been undeveloped woodlands with a small homestead throughout their existence. Historical aerials show that the property was once farmed. Special information, the petitioner Go West LLC is requesting approval of an annexation and associated annexation agreement for approximately 9.4 acres, again located at 2800 Mound Road. Proposed annexation consists of 2 separate parcels, which are shown in the attached plat of annexation. The property owner will be required to consolidate these 2 parcels within 30 days after approval of the annexation. Petitioner is requesting classification of the property to an I-2 general industrial zoning designation. Petitioner wishes to use the property for a future contractor's yard with the potential to pursue underground mining at the property. Proposed annexation agreement stipulates that the terms by which both the contractor's yard and future underground mining would operate. The annexation agreement as written would allow open storage of equipment and materials in connection with the contractor's yard use. The agreement would also allow underground mining, quarrying, and extraction of earth, minerals, sand, gravel, limestone, and other aggregates, including the use of blasting with explosives. Mining and quarrying with blasting shall only be permitted underground, and no surface mining or quarrying shall be permitted on the subject property. Blasting procedures will be required to comply with all local, state, and federal laws and regulations. Operable trailers could be parked and stored on the property on a temporary basis in accordance with the requirements of the city zoning ordinance, but may not be used for permanent storage. City staff have asked the applicant to submit a traffic impact study to analyze the impacts of estimated trucking operations to and from the site with specific focus on how the proposed uses would affect the intersection at Mound Road and Hobart Road. The study has not yet been completed, but staff approval will be required prior to City Council consideration of the proposed petitions. City's non-residential design guidelines for any permanent structures will be required on the site. Existing wells can be used for irrigation purposes, but should the property require portable water in the future if a permanent building is built, connection to city water mains will be required. The closest city water main is located approximately 1,400 feet to the southwest. The agreement also outlines several uses which would be prohibited on the subject property. These uses include outdoor off-premise advertising, sexually oriented businesses, mobile home or recreational vehicle parks, residential dwelling units, salvage yards, or storage of inoperable motor vehicles, livestock slaughtering or processing, and other uses enumerated or similar to those found in the heavy industrial list set forth in section 47-18.51 of the city's zoning ordinance. Subject property is approximately a half-mile south of the nearest residential area, which is located north of Interstate 80. Property is surrounded by a combination of woodlands, railroads, quarrying, and industrial uses on all sides. Detachment fees have been paid for the Troy Fire District, and that concludes our staff report.
Thank you, Jim. Do we have the petitioner on hand? Raise your right hand. You gentlemen swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
What would you like to add to this? What would you like to add to this?
If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. Hopefully, we'll have the traffic study within a week here.
Will you have it before it goes to council,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll have
so
it
that they're
before-
not blindsided?
We'll have it before it goes to council. If we're talking, I assume we're talking September.
September 16th, 17th is when it
We'll
would
have
be
before
scheduled.
it goes to council.
Guaranteed, huh? Just so they can see it. Okay. Anybody have any questions on all this?
Yeah, I got
Go ahead.
2.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, how far does the property go to the west? There's like 2 entrances you have right now,
Yeah.
and there's a gray house that's right next, I think it's right next to your property. I don't know if it's yours or not.
That's the
And-
property line. Pretty much the east side of that gray house is the property line.
Oh, the east side of the gray
Yeah,
house?
Correct.
Okay, and then there's two red sheds that they're not included in that.
Correct.
Okay, so you just mainly go deep then, right?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's the only question I have. I just wanted to know the boundary area, that's it.
Okay, are there any other questions? Yes, go
I
ahead.
have a question for staff. I'm just curious on the traffic study. You're trying to see how it impacts the Hobart or impacts Mound Road?
The intersection of Humboldt and Mound Road.
Okay. It just, with the quarry there, it just seems like I don't know, it's 10 acres, it just seems a little overkill, in my opinion, but that's just my.
So the intersection of Hobart Mountain Road is actually controlled by IDOT with signal timings and everything,
Okay,
and a very slight variation in traffic actually significantly affects that intersection.
okay.
There's been a lot of interest in the area, and that it keeps coming back down to that. So we've been asking for traffic impact studies to see what the overall level of service and level of traffic is going to be for that intersection.
Thank you.
Okay, any other
Obviously,
questions?
The quarry that we're talking about is that, the white thing immediately to the east of this parcel.
You're talking about in the blue?
Just to
The
the east.
quarry's
of
to
it.
the east of the piece in the blue.
Over there, okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody from the citizens wish to speak for or against this? In that case, do we have a motion for A-24, 5-24?
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Orlando,
Aye.
Ms. Radakovich,
Aye.
Ms. Rohr,
Aye.
Mr. Cox,
Aye?
Mr. Crumpton,
Aye.
Mr. Kella,
Aye.
Chairman Dillon.
Aye. Next, Jim.
Yeah, as stated earlier, if this goes on course, that it would be September 16th, 17th, City Council for recommendation for approval, but check back on that.
Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, under
Thanks for
new
your time.
business, we have SN 124, street name change for Riverboat Center Boulevard to Rock Creek Boulevard. And this is adjacent to 1411 and 1421 Riverboat Center Drive. Under general information, the City of Joliet is the applicant and owner of this property. The requested action, again, is a street name change. The purpose is to align the street names at this intersection to eliminate confusing street signage. Existing zoning is adjacent zoning is B3 General Business. Location is between Humboldt Road and Riverboat Center Drive. Right-of-way size is approximately 277 linear feet. Existing land use is local street. Surrounding land use and zoning to the north, south, east, and west is all B3 general business. Under site history, the intersection of Humboldt Road with Riverboat Center Boulevard and Rock Creek Boulevard was built in the mid-1990s. Riverboat Center Boulevard is on the east side of the intersection and Rock Creek Boulevard is on the west side. Riverboat Center Boulevard, the subject of this request, is only 1 block long and terminates at Riverboat Center Drive on the east. Rock Creek Boulevard aligns with Riverboat Center Boulevard on the west side of the intersection and is a longer street with many established properties along its frontage. City will soon be replacing the street signs at this Humboldt Road intersection and would like to change Riverboat Center Boulevard to Rock Creek Boulevard to simplify the street signage at the intersection. The only sign at this intersection for Riverboat Center Boulevard is a street sign pole at the southeast corner. There are street signs for Rock Creek Boulevard on the mast arms of both the north and south traffic signals on Humboldt Road, as well as on a pole at the northwest corner. Vehicles traveling on Humboldt Road approaching the intersection would simultaneously see the small sign for Riverboat Center Boulevard and the larger sign for Rock Creek Boulevard. Street name change will eliminate the confusing signage as only one name will be displayed. Riverboat Center Boulevard is only 1 block long and has no properties fronting it, so the change to Rock Creek Boulevard will not affect any property addresses. 2 commercial properties adjacent to the street have addresses on Riverboat Center Drive, and that concludes our staff report.
Thank you, Jim. Are there any questions from any of the commissioners? Seeing none, is anybody in the public that wishes to speak for or against this? Seeing none, can I have a motion for SN-1-24, please?
Motion to approve.
Second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Radakovich?
Aye.
Ms. Rohr?
Aye.
Mr. Cox?
Aye.
Mr. Crumpton?
Aye.
Mr. Kella?
Aye.
Mr. Orlando?
Aye.
Chairman Dillon?
Aye.
And this one also will go to second meeting, City Council on September 16th, 17th, if it stays on course. Under new or old business not for final action or recommendation, we have none. Under public comment, anybody wanting to speak under public comment can do so for 4 minutes at this time. Seeing none, adjournment would be next.
Motion for adjournment then?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.